India has just witnessed a major reshuffle of governors in 7 states and 2 union territories. But the transfer of Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi to West Bengal triggered a debate. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said Union Home Minister Amit Shah only informed her of the decision. He did not consult her. Her response to this was sharp. Such unilateral decisions, she said, undermine the spirit of the constitution and weaken India's federal structure. But here is the interesting part. This is not the first time a chief minister has asked this exact question. Let's take a look. Vanakkam. This is T. Suresh Kumar. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Hindu Focus Tamil Nadu. Today we look at a crucial constitutional debate. Is India's governor system fundamentally broken? And why a new report by the Tamil Nadu High-Level Committee on Union-State Relations, headed by former Supreme Court Judge Justice Kurian Joseph, says it needs major reform. Mamata Banerjee's objection has an uncanny historical parallel. In 2004, then Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalithaa faced a similar situation. The union government decided to replace Tamil Nadu Governor P.S. Ram Mohan Rao before his 5-year term ended. Union Home Minister Shivraj Patil had called Jayalalithaa. She asked him a blunt question: "Are you consulting me or informing me?" The Home Minister replied, "I am informing you." Jayalalithaa later told the Supreme Court that this exchange illustrated a serious constitutional problem because by convention, chief ministers are expected to be consulted in the appointment of governors. Yet, again and again, states say consultation simply does not happen. Which brings us to the Justice Kurian Joseph Committee report. Last month, the Tamil Nadu government received part 1 of the report. The committee has devoted an entire chapter to the post of governor. And the report makes a powerful argument. The governor was originally meant to be a neutral constitutional head, but over the decades, the office has increasingly become a political instrument of the union government. In the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Ambedkar had explained the intention very clearly. He said the governor's role would be so limited and ornamental that very few people might even want the job. India had adopted the Westminster model, which means the governor is a formal head. Real executive power belongs to the elected council of ministers. The Supreme Court had confirmed this principle in the landmark Shamsher Singh judgment of 1974. The court said very clearly the governor cannot run a parallel administration. But India's political history tells a very different story. The Justice Kurian Joseph report traces several dramatic examples. It begins with what happened in Madras state in 1952. After the first election, the Congress did not have a majority, yet Governor Sri Prakasha invited C. Rajagopalachari to form the government. And Rajaji was not even an elected MLA at that point of time. He was nominated to the Legislative Council and made the Chief Minister. Then in 1959 came the dismissal of India's first communist government in Kerala. In 1984, the N.T. Ramarao government in Andhra Pradesh was dismissed without a floor test. Even in recent years, the controversies have not stopped. Each episode raised the same question: how much discretion should a governor really have? According to the committee, a new method has now emerged. Instead of direct intervention, governors sometimes simply do nothing. Bills passed by the elected assemblies are kept pending for months or even years. The report calls this governance by inaction. In fact, Tamil Nadu had experienced this with several important bills, including the NEET exemption bill and the university reform laws. The Supreme Court stepped in last April, saying governors cannot indefinitely sit on bills, but a later advisory opinion on a presidential reference diluted that clarity, which means the structural problem still remains. The report also cites a revealing academic study by Professor Ashok Pankaj. Between 1950 and 2015, only 18% of governors in the country completed a full 5-year term. 37% served less than 1 year, and 15% served between 1 and 2 years. In other words, more than half of the governors did not even complete 2 years. And often this was because a new government at the center replaces governors appointed by the previous regime. Which again raises a basic question: can someone dependent on the union government truly act as a neutral constitutional referee? The Justice Kurian Joseph Committee therefore proposes several major reforms. First, states should have a role in choosing governors. The state legislature should recommend 3 names and the president should appoint one of them as governor. Second, governors should have a fixed, non-renewable 5-year term, and removal should require a resolution of the state assembly. Third, the constitution should create a clear instrument of instructions for governors. This would define rules governing government formation, floor tests, summoning of assemblies, and granting assent to bills, so that constitutional conventions cannot be manipulated. The recent reshuffle of governors and the objections raised by Mamata Banerjee show that this debate is far from academic. It goes to the heart of Indian federalism. Should governors act as neutral constitutional heads or as political representatives of the union government in the states? As one member of the Constituent Assembly warned in 1949, India could end up with democracy from toe to neck and autocracy at the head. More than 75 years later, that warning is once again part of India's constitutional debate. Let us hope the Justice Kurian Joseph Committee's recommendations are seriously debated and acted upon. Thank you for watching. I shall meet you in another video.